Hello everyone, Chandler here. Today is the day. Today I'm comparing all the different handboard decks that I own. I'm going to be using the Tech Deck trucks and wheels with all of them and showing you what I like and dislike about each of the decks, not the trucks at all. I just want to say first off, this is all my own opinion. This is what I think, and this may not be true to you. And just because I like one board more than the other doesn't mean it's the best board out there. There could be boards that you like better because of different reasons. The reasons I like the boards I'll explain, and dislike the boards I'll explain as well. But there is no real one best board ever because you might like something different than what I like. So with that aside, let's go on to seeing what decks we have to compare today. First off, we have a Hangnail handboard deck. It's very fresh. I haven't skated too much at all, as you can see. And it's still got the original Hangnail handboard tech grip tape on it. It's very standard and stock. This usually comes at 20 bucks for the full complete. I have another Hangnail handboard one, which is what I used for the first. I've skated a whole lot, and I replaced it with some foam grip tape, which makes it a totally different kind of board, so I'll review that differently as well. Third, we have a Tech Deck handboard, which I put my own stickers on the bottom, and I've got the Tech Deck, I think it's the second generation grip tape, and it's very, very different. I'll explain that later on. Fourth, we have a Sanctus Skateboards deck, which is a prototype made by my board sponsor, and I have just regular dress-up grip tape on the top, and this is 8 ply, so it's the thickest board of all of these, and it's very different from the rest, as they all are from each other. And lastly, we have the Redemption board deck with the Tech Deck trucks on it right now. This is what I've been skating regularly. This one is from Dextra, who gave me this deck to try out because he just wanted me to experience what Redemption is all about. And on the top I have Cherry Tape grip tape, and that's what Cherry Tape sent me. They're a company from the UK, and yeah, so I'll be skating this board as well. I'll be skating this one first because I already have it set up, and I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each one. So the first one I'm going to be doing is the Redemption handboard deck, and it is the one I skate every day just because I enjoy it the most. I'm going to say that right now. And a complete of this Redemption deck with the Redemption trucks is about $80 to $90 for a standard one. So that's where that price is. It's made out of real wood and the trucks are metal. Everything is handmade. And if you follow Redemption HFB on Instagram, you can see all the creation of this. So it's really cool. But yeah, let's do some skating and I'll talk some more about it afterwards. So the two big differences between this and Tech Deck and Hangnail is this is made out of wood and the shape of the board compared to those ones are plastic, and they have a very, very different shape. If you're very used to Tech Deck and you go to Hangnail, the shape's going to be like second nature, but going to Redemption, it's totally different because those are more elongated boards and this one's more of a square shape. Even though it's not an actual square, it's more square in the nose and tail. Also, when you're going to a ledge, this part right here, you have a little more of a concave, so where you can pop up higher and you can get a little bit better pop off your tricks off ledges and stuff. For me, that's what I feel. So the downside to this board is the different shape if you're used to Tech Deck, and the price, just because it's kind of expensive, but you're getting what you pay for when you pay the extra price, and I really enjoy it. It's my favorite. Moving on to the Sanctus board. This one's probably my least favorite because it's a prototype. This is the first ever one he's ever made, and he didn't know that it was only 5 or 6 plies rather than 8, so it's definitely thicker and heavier than all the rest of the boards. But there is something to say about having a heavier board where you do a grind or slide. It just feels so much more satisfying. You feel like you're in it way more, and it's a lot more fun, but it is clunky and hard to get out of. Another thing to note, if you're mixing and matching boards like I am with Tech Deck trucks or whatever kind of trucks, not all these boards have the same hole dimensions. So some of them are a little bit wider, so all the screws don't exactly bite in correctly, so these trucks might fall off at any given time, but we're gonna go as long as we can. And I'm gonna kind of talk as I skate with this because I'm not used to it, and like seeing my ollie with it, it's something to get used to. This one has the same kind of shape. I know Ryan, the guy who made this, took a Tech Deck board and kind of copied the shape of it. As you can see, Tech Deck and this have about the same shape, but comparing Hangnail and this, they're very different. If you guys can see on the fisheye. But yeah, you can still do all your tricks. Well, that feels different. I haven't skated this board in a long time. honestly. And this isn't too bad. I kind of like the extra long nose here. There's definitely something to say about that. About landing it, your hand into it, you kind of can push that direction because the nose or tail is a little longer. Opposed to this, you don't have too much room. It's kind of shorter. But popping is very different because this is so long. It's a different time than the other ones. It definitely is different, and you can't pop as much because this isn't as steep as a concave. Yeah, since this board is so much thicker, I had to re-drill the holes just so I could get my screws all the way through without it breaking through. That was a very scary and delicate process. But I think the shape of the board I like very much. The longer nose and tail is very different from the Redemption, but it's something to get used to. I think Ryan has a really good possibility to make these and make them very well. This is his first prototype, so it's not perfect yet, of course. But if you guys are curious in having actual Sanctus skateboard, like a real skateboard, let me know and I can hook you up with one and we can talk about the prices and stuff. And I really enjoy them. It's my favorite skateboard I've ever ridden. So yeah, let's do a little more skating with this and then move on. Next up we have the Tech Deck Handboard, and this is all Tech Deck with the trucks, wheels, and board and grip tape. Good, bad about it, it's the OG. Most people are used to this because they've skated something like this, or this is what they've skated when they were younger. But the grip tape doesn't last very long. Like mine is almost too soft now to where if you're into a nose slide or nose grind, your hand kind of slips out of it every once in a while. Not as bad as the foam. I'll show you the next one. But yeah, and the board, I've seen Dextra break, or he has some broken ones of these. I've never broken a handboard before, so I wouldn't know. Also, I got this used off eBay, and they sell from anywhere from like 60 bucks to like 120 bucks. And I got lucky, got this for 70 bucks. And yeah, they're not easy to find. You kind of have to be quick and go for a bidding war. And it's kind of nerve-wracking doing that for me personally. But let's skate this and I'll talk some more about it afterwards. What can I say? Tech Deck is just the OG. I think out of all of them, it's the most middle in the road as far as board shape and the concave and all that kind of stuff. Usually, if you're getting it used, it's not in the best condition just because the person who had it before is probably using it quite a bit. So if you're lucky enough to find one for a reasonable price on eBay, I would jump on it. But the next one we're going to compare is the same kind of plastic material, Hangnail. And I think Hangnail's better, and it's a lot cheaper and it's a lot more reliable because they're still making boards. So if a part breaks on Hangnail, you can buy a new part or buy a new whole board cheaper than you buy parts for a Tech Deck. So Tech Deck is nice. Nothing really crazy about it, pretty standard, but a good board. I enjoy it because it's almost nostalgic for me, even though I didn't use it as a kid. So let's go on to the two Hangnail boards. Before I set these boards up, I just want to say that this one is pretty new and this one's been skated for a while. Both have the same shape still, and both haven't like chipped at all the plastic or anything, which is very nice. As far as like the pop in the deck, this is the new one. Here's the old one. That sound difference is because of the foam. This one I think does have a little bit more of a give and it's not as quick to spring back. But as you can see, I've skated the graphic off of it, and that takes a bit. Like an actual skateboard, you take off the graphic very quick because you're a 100+ pound human being. Your hands are doing like 5 pounds of pressure or whatever, not even that much. So it takes a lot to take off the graphic, and I've skated a lot. I've really enjoyed it. The big difference about these decks as far as the foam and the grip is this is very, very grippy. It's way more grippy compared to Tech Deck just because it's brand new. and it already comes with the grip that is included in the price. These are $20 and it's free shipping in the US as far as I know, as far as this video is being made right now, and it's just a quality product, and it's probably one of the best experiences I've had talking with the company. And then this is Dollar Tree foam. I wouldn't recommend it. I enjoyed it more than the grip tape, but it started to wear out and my hand would slide out, and you can see it's getting dirty just because I've used it so much. So let's set up these and skate them, and then talk some more about it, and then talk about everything in general. Now that I've used actual foam tape, this Dollar General tape just feels terrible. It is not grippy at all. It is just soft and slick. I don't recommend it, but the board itself still holds up very well. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's also worth noting that the Hangnail boards come with these plastic trucks, and they're very light compared to the metal ones, but they work great. When it comes down to it, you have two real choices, Hangnail and Redemption. These are my two favorite ones. They're very different. The shapes are different, the grip is different, the board material is different, the weight is different, everything about these is different, and they're both good in their own way. This is very light and very quick to pop. It's made of plastic though, so it's different, and it's very cheap to get a full complete like this. You can't buy just the deck. But if you are very new to this or not too sure, then I would go with the Hangnail board just because it's the cheapest option. You can do all those tricks that I've done with this board if you put some time into it and just take some time to enjoy handboarding as it is. With Redemption, I'm not saying it's better, but the foam grip tape I like. I could do it on either one, but I like it on this one. I like the shape of the board. I've gotten used to it, and the extra concave really helps flipping out of stuff. And this is the more expensive board. This is something if you are putting a lot of time into handboarding and you want to upgrade and you want to try something different, then I would go with this. But you can't go wrong going with either of these companies. It's run by people that are passionate by handboarding, and you really can't go wrong. So check out Hangnail HB and Redemption FB on Instagram to see their products and their prices. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope this helped you. Go and handboard, go skateboard. Have a good day, and God bless.